I'm getting excited because the NHL season is almost upon us. We're nearly a month away from puck drop in London between the Sabres and the Devils. But who cares about those two dusty, old-ass teams? Let's talk about the so fresh, the brand new, the baby, the newborn, the Utah hockey team, and their inaugural season. So, last year's Coyotes team was honestly pretty cheeks, with a record of 36-41-5. That led them to a 6th overall draft pick, where they grabbed young Iginla with their first ever draft pick. But that was a team that had no idea about their future. They didn't know whether they'd be playing in an NHL-sized stadium this year. They didn't even know which zip code they'd be playing in. However, thanks to Ryan Smith, they will be at their new home, the Delta Center. And I gotta say, I'm pretty excited for Utah's first year, and I can actually see them picking up a ton of fans, both new to hockey and from across the NHL. They've got a whole lot of talent in their middle six, which should transfer over really nicely. They're young and exciting. Logan Cooley had a great rookie year that I think often gets overshadowed by just how many good rookies there were. He finished 4th in scoring with 20 goals and 24 assists for 44 points, while also being one of 4 rookies to score over 20 and one of 4 rookies to play in all 82 games. He looks to center Utah's second line unless he can push out Barrett Hayton for that 1C spot, which would not surprise me at all. But right now he is on line 2 with Dylan Guenther on his wing. Guenther was called up last year in January, just after the holiday season. He looked great with 35 points in 45 games over the back half of the season. Those two on your second line means you probably get Josh Doan and Michelli on the third line, which is low-key a pretty dang good scoring third line. Michelli just put in 57 as their third leading scorer. I feel like a lot of these guys, by the way, have been totally flying under the radar and will be more well-known soon. But for Josh Doan, he only played in 11 games this past year, but managed to chip in 5 goals and 9 points, and gave a huge lift in terms of overall vibes. And of course, they still have Clayton Keller as the top dog on their team to run that top line. The biggest change for these guys, though, seems to be coming from the back end, where they picked up 2 really solid pieces at the draft. First, getting Mikhail Sergachev was an absolute steal. He immediately walks into the number 1 D role alongside Dursey, and probably the best part of the trade for them is getting him on a deal for the next 7 years, as he's only on year 2 of an 8-year deal and will hopefully be entering his prime years in Utah. The other grab at the draft was trading with the Devils for John Marino, who should be a decent second pairing fella for them. Then to defend the net, you have Connor Ingram, who I don't mind at all, and Vejmelka for another year. And there you have it. That's your year 1 Utah team. But how will they play their first year in the Beehive State? Well, I think they'll be better than they were in their last year at Arizona. Injuries can always turn a team's fate, but if they can stay healthy, I don't know why they can't be competing for at least a wild card spot. When everyone was healthy and clicking on all cylinders last year, the Coyotes were at one point a top half team of the Western Conference, but then injuries got a hold of them and the ship quickly started taking on water. But they rebounded and didn't finish horribly like the Sharks. They were about 9 wins back from a playoff spot. You look at the addition of Sergachev and the overall beefing up of their defense, that could be 5 more alone. Their youth, if they can all grow and get better, I could see it. And if this season's not their year, well, the hockey writers recently ranked all NHL draft pools and had Utah at number 9. But staying on 24-25, who could they push out? I feel like the Kings, maybe the Predators, they could fall out from contention this year. So crazier things than them making the playoffs has happened, but at the very least, I think they'll be competitive, and I will be watching. But what do you think of Utah in their first year? Could they be sniffing around the playoffs? Let us know below. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like, and if you want more content, there's a new basketball, football, and hockey video on screen right now. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.